So looking back, what happened was we were baptized in a Pentecostal church. And nothing against Pentecostals, nothing against anyone, but we suddenly became very religious. And we began to shut people out of our life. And we suddenly couldn't associate with this one or that one because they were held down, and this one was doing this and that one was doing that. We can't talk to them. And we gave away like 500 DVDs and CDs and all this kind of stuff. Couldn't listen to it. Didn't want this or that anymore. So we became very, very religious. And there's a fine line in life in everything. There has to be balance. And when we step to one side or the other too far, well, we become unbalanced. And then that leads to problems. And that's exactly what happened. And I started to do a series of interviews, and I was condemning people, and I was judging people, and I offended a lot of people. And that is a big regret. I wish I could take that back, but my mindset is not that way any longer. But I was in that mindset for a while, and when I wrote my second book, Delivered, it had a very heavy religious message, and, I'm not in agreement with that now. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have to go back and rewrite some of that because I am not in agreement with that doctrine and philosophy any longer. And am I any less a child of God? No. I love God with everything that I have. He's first in my life. That's true. But I do not agree with the doctrines of men. There are 34,000 different Christian denominations in the world, factored in with all the other world religions. I believe there are 14 or 15 other major world religions. There's only one truth. So you have all these thousands of versions of one truth. This is why it's so very important for us to have our personal connection with God. Yeshua Jesus never proclaimed to be a Christian. There was no such thing. Christianity was formed by the Roman Emperor Constantine. It's a whole other show, but I have done serious research. It took me 3 years to do serious studies into Christianity, the Bible, the 66 books of the King James, the other 534 books that were left out, and ancient history as well. And when you do these kind of studies, you really have a different outlook on some things, and you could see where men made some things up. Now, do I believe that the Bible is the infallible Word of God? I used to. I used to believe every word was true. I no longer believe that, and I could show you why. I do believe some of it's true. I absolutely do. But, men have greatly altered it for their purposes and for their reasons. So I refuse to follow man-made doctrines, and I just love everybody, and I just, want to be a servant to God and a servant to my fellow man, and we're all guilty of something, and we're all going to stand for that, and in spite of that, God loves us anyway. So this is where we really have to tune in on our personal relationship with God, each and every one of us.
Well, you just kind of reinforced what I was just saying. You have to believe in what you believe in, and you can't, just because somebody tells you to believe in it doesn't mean you should believe in it. That gets people in a lot of trouble.
Well, what has happened here, Jim, unfortunately, the world is made up of mostly followers now, and so it's very easy to lead masses of people. And so it's very important for people to make sure that the messenger is right. And I tell people all the time, if you don't believe what I'm saying, and I urge you to do the research, don't take my word for anything. Do the research for yourselves. And if you do that kind of research that I did for 3 years, you will be astounded because there are big differences. And when you read it and do that research, your eyes are going to be opened. This is why I say I love all people, and I'm not against anybody. There are good people in all races, creeds, and colors. There are many, many good people, and I refuse to condemn a race of people just because we have differences with them or just because we perceive them as, killers or whatever it may be. I just refuse to see that. I want to see the good in people. Everybody has the ability to love and to be loved, and the ability to do good. We also can do evil by our choice. And, again, this is where I hope that people will make the choice just to do good and to not make the choice to do evil. And but it all does come down to our choices.
My guest tonight is Bill Bean. And boy, it seems like forever ago. It was just about an hour ago. We were talking about there. And you said to me that it seems like these, besides becoming more known, that your caseloads have picking up in intensity over the last few months. Do you have any reason for that?
I think probably what the reason is, most likely, I'm thinking that the word of mouth is going around and people are saying, if you're having a problem like this, contact Bill Bean, and, he helped me, did this, and he did that. I think that's what's happening. I think the word is just really going around, and I think that there's always been people out there in need, and based on the people that God has worked through me to help, these people had nowhere to turn, nobody to turn to. They even went to their churches, some of these people, and they were turned away by the pastors saying that they weren't equipped, they weren't trained to help them in this way. They needed to pray more, and they were showing a lack of faith in things of this nature. Isn't that nice to turn someone away like that is in need in this way? Their lives are being destroyed, and they're just turned away and just shunned, and this has to stop. And this is the example I'm trying to set is really the example I follow that Jesus had set, where you love everybody and you try to help everybody.
It makes sense to me to try to help somebody. I mean, I don't understand why pastors would turn people away, but then again, I don't understand a lot of things, so we're just going to leave that fizzle into the background, and maybe somebody can explain that to me, but I want to give you another chance because we're fastly, as you know. Like I told you, we're just going to run out of time tonight.
Well, we knew it. We knew that at the time would go very quickly, and I want to thank you so much for having me on. It's been a real pleasure. It really has, and I knew the time would go quickly.
I want to give you a chance again to get your site out there and and the book titles, and just give yourself a pat on the back here. So go ahead.
Well, and I want to thank everybody out there for listening to the show, and God bless all of you. And if you need me for anything, please don't hesitate to contact me at either billbean.net or billbean104.com. If you'd like to order a copy of Dark Forest or delivered, I sign every copy. And feel free, billbean.net, billbean104.com. If you're in need of prayer or deliverance, please, again, same thing, billbean.net, billbean104.com. And you can email me directly from the website, and I answer every single message.
Silly question, but there's got to be an answer. Where does the 104 come from?
104 it is just a good number for me. It is a number that's been around me all my life, and it is a number that when I know that number's around, good things happen. So that is just a good number for me. And it's a number I like having around.
Well, guess I answered my question. Sometimes it's just random. I was hoping you'd say, well, that was the first one available. Oh, that wouldn't have been good.
Well, you're going to get an answer from me, so no matter what the question is, you'll get an answer back.
So, book, movie, which one's going to be done first? Do you have any idea? Probably the
book is probably, the book's, because I want to be like a 50 or 60 page handbook. What that is going to be, it's going to serve as a guidebook for those who are seeking self-empowerment. For those, there'll be a section in there for deliverance and spiritual warfare. There will be a section with many wonderful uplifting scriptures, many uplifting, inspirational, motivational quotes, daily affirmation prayers, things of that nature. That's what this book is going to be. It's going to be a 60-page power-packed book of nothing but goodness and positive things to fill a person when they are in a crisis, when they're having a bad day. They can pick that book up and fill themselves with goodness, and suddenly things will change for them.
Sounds good. It's got I don't want to say I'm spine tingling, but it's got my shoulders going up like it's something I'm looking forward to. So
Oh, I'll be sending you a copy once it's done. And, that was another thing that God brought to me because I was asleep. It was a Saturday morning. I want to say probably about 5 weeks ago. I was sound asleep, and all of a sudden I woke up, and this image was in my mind. I saw the book cover. I saw my picture on the cover. I saw what the cover looked like. I saw what the title was. The title said 10 Steps to Victory. Saw my picture on the cover. God showed it to me very clearly, and I got up and I started working on it right away.
That's a good thing. I mean, some people, i.e. me, that's the only one I can speak for at this point. People have said I should put a book together about this, that, and the other, and I said, okay, I should do. Yeah, you're right. I probably should because, I don't talk a lot about myself on air, but this, that, and the other. And give me a good platform to go around and present myself on other people's shows, all that fun stuff. Try to sell a book and the show at the same time.
Do it.
So, yeah, do it. That's it. I sit down to do it.
And when you're ready to do it, Jim, you'll do it. And when you're ready to do that, it requires a commitment. For me, the way I write, certainly with the first book, Dark Force, I had to commit myself 2 to 4 hours every night, whether I wanted to or not. I did that 2 to 4 hours every night until it was done.
Yeah, maybe when the kids get just a little bit older.
Yeah, I understand.
But,
I totally understand.
I don't want to open a whole can of worms because we've got a couple minutes left, but I don't want to just wrap it down yet. So, boy, see, my mind shut off because I was thinking, oh, we're almost there. That's okay, though. So,
yeah, you're in countdown mode now.
Yeah, trying to protect the end of the show because I don't want to hard cut you. So,
it's been great, brother. It really has, and I've enjoyed it, and I look forward to coming back.
Oh, well, like I said, we'll have to get that taken care of here pretty soon. And actually, I shouldn't be saying this on air, but I want to keep you on air I want to keep you on the phone for another minute afterwards because I got something I want to tell you. Just before I forget, hang up on you and move on with my life. But
that's all right.
Might as well say it. It's out now. I tried to slow down and talk really low like nobody could hear me. But that's the worst. That was the premise of the show when it started. I wanted this to broadcast the phone calls. So, of course, there are some things that I just can't say on air. I'd like to right now, but once I tell Bill, he'll understand. He understands. He deals with contracts and people and all this, that, and the other. So,
absolutely, brother. I totally understand it.
So we're closing in on a minute. So, with everything that goes on daily in your life, you see all these people talking about. I don't want to open the whole. You said you don't watch any of the shows, but what entertains you? What do you do to get away?
I very seldom get away, to be honest with you. I watch very little TV. I am pretty much most of my time is consumed with this. Again, I travel and I make appearances for lectures and things of that nature, but I also travel with the deliverance, performing the deliverance aspect as well. And being an ordained minister, I also can perform wedding vows. And a few weeks ago, I performed a renewal of wedding vows, which was very nice, very joyous occasion. And it was a nice break for me because, usually I'm going into these negative situations, and it's very draining after it's over with. And so it was nice to have the change of pace to go into a total joyous occasion. And
here I go cutting you off. I'm sorry. I'll talk to you in a minute.
Okay.
Before we flip that on-air sign to the off position, a quick reminder. For all things about the report, previews, and reviews, go to www.mallard.com. That's www.malliard.com. And if you want to read more about my team, or Jim's team, or just keep up to date on the report, visit italkparanormal.com. That's italkparanormal.com. Good night.
This is Thomas Fusco, author of the book Behind the Cosmic Veil, A New Vision of Reality, and you are listening to The Mallard Report.
Hey everybody, it's The Mallard Report.